All right, we're back. What's Left Sports? Post Super Bowl, we've got some post Super Bowl reaction. I know it's been a week, but we don't have a lot of time. Post Super Bowl reaction. We've got our top 10 takeaways. Uh, we've got some way too early picks for the next Super Bowl, and we're going to talk about what we're looking forward to outside of football season, and get into the reason that the show is called What's Left Sports. Um, oh, do you have anything to add, or do you just want to get straight into it?
I think we should just get straight into it here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Look, we're gonna do top ten, Super Bowl takeaways. I mean, for both of us, but I'll start it. Um, Look, this is literally exactly what we said was gonna happen as soon as the Seahawks won against LA. I mean, there was just no chance of another ending to the season, to be honest. Um, you know, I thought the Patriots had a really good season, but the way that I thought this was gonna happen, I mean, we knew that the D line was gonna give them a ton of trouble. We knew that they were just probably gonna play some zone the entire game, so it's just gonna make it really tough on Drake May, especially when they're disguising coverages like they do. But I think one of the big things here is, I think one of the big things is that the AFC right now is just, I mean, the AFC is competitive, and the AFC has all the top quarterbacks, but when you get into what is going on with the AFC compared to the AFC, it's just a little bit weird right now. Where the NFC is just has way better quality teams at the moment, and they're in way better cap. Um, they're in way better like cap situations. So we could be looking at a very long NFC reign for the Super Bowl, in my opinion. I don't know how you feel about that, but that's just like how I'm looking at it. We had for a long time the AFC on top, um, but it's starting to change very rapidly.
Um, I don't know how I feel about that honestly. I think, hmm, I would have to think about that. I mean, the AFC. I mean,
It could
especially
change next year, but
it could change next year.
it's
For me, when I look at like Buffalo, you know, when I look at even New England being here, I think all of these teams are just like a couple of pieces away, a couple of good moves away from being a Super Bowl champion. Just like the Seahawks were last season, the off season. It's like you were a couple moves away from being great, and that was kind of proven. So
yeah. I mean, I think the reason why I say that is because when we look at who made each round in the NFC and who made each round in the AFC, I mean, I think the Broncos were pretty good, but I think the Broncos would have got, even with Bo Nix, the Broncos would have got beat by both LA and by Seattle.
yeah, there's no doubt about that. That's for sure.
And I think the Broncos with Bo Nix would have had trouble against the 49ers, who were in the divisional. So when you look at that, it's like the top three teams in the NFC, two of them definitely beat the best team in the AFC, which was what was the Broncos at the time, but then Bo Nix got hurt.
Right.
And I mean, I think the 49ers also would have beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl if they made it all the way there. Like it was bad. It was bad this year. And it reminds me of kind of when I was talking shit back in the day with the NFC when the Eagles went through that gauntlet to get to the Chiefs in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, was that or 2022? Right? Yeah, 2022. When they played, three teams that were just horrible. They were just so bad. I mean, they played like the 49ers with Christian McCaffrey at quarterback. Like, it was that run. I mean, that's kind of the run that the Patriots went through. I mean, I know they faced good defenses, but I mean, the quarterbacks were just giving it away the entire time, and you know, the Chargers were so bad they couldn't do anything. I mean, it just is what it is at the moment. But let's get back to the point here. I mean, this is exactly what we thought would happen. You guys can run back what we said. I mean, we both said there was no chance. I said that it was going to be a blowout, which it was. We both kind of predicted the score as a blowout. Luckily, the game was a lot more interesting than it just being a blowout like last year with the Chiefs and Eagles. But this one was at least interesting for the first half. It wasn't just bad football being played. Like, at least the Seattle's defense was actually like putting some good football on the tape, you know. Whereas last year with the Chiefs were just like actually just taking a shit on the field. My number 2 was, if you run back the tape again, I said, you know, Kenneth Walker is gonna have a big game, and I said 150 yards. I think he was right under.
Yes.
Total. No, he was actually right over. He was at 150.
Yeah, you think he broke it?
See. Yeah, no, he was at like almost 160 yards. So, yeah, that was fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Finally. I mean, dude, the funniest thing though is that, like, you know, us and a lot of other people predicted that Kenneth Walker is gonna have a big year this year for fantasy, because our show is mainly fantasy football, but everybody watching Kenneth Walker just pop off the last dude. Could you imagine if they were doing this all year, bro? Like, if they did this all year with Kenneth Walker, like if they gave him that share and actually had design runs going his way and the line actually blocked for him every play instead of only blocking for Charbonnet, bro, you guys might have been the Dolphins on the fucking, you know, undefeated run. I don't think anybody could have beat you if you guys were running the ball like that all year. And so that's kind of shit. But it's kind of, I mean, you guys won the Super Bowl, but I was like, bro, I mean, this team looked unbeatable. Like, if you have Kenneth Walker running 100, he ran, I think the 3 games or the 2 games before the Super Bowl, he was going like over 100. Didn't he have over 100 yards in all 3 games? Which is like the first time that's ever happened.
All 3 of the playoff games?
Yeah. He had 100 yards. He definitely had 100 yards in, I think he had 100 yards in all of them.
Hold.
So, I mean, crazy. And then they took away, oh man, they took away his touchdown on the hold, but it was a hold. He probably wouldn't have gotten it, but I was just like, man, I was just so happy for Kenneth Walker, man. Like, just absolutely tearing it up. Got the MVP. What did you think about the MVP? Because there's definitely a case for J-My, for sure.
Yeah, there is a case for Jason Myers, in my opinion. But I mean, you're never, ever, 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 never going to see a kicker win the MVP of a Super Bowl. There's just no way.
If Walker was below 100, I think J-My would have got it. But Kenneth Walker just had too good of a game, and J-My, like, look, this guy's tough as nails. I mean, he went 5 for 5 from field goal, 2 for 2 for extra points. The thing is, here, in my opinion, is that J-My played great. I don't think a lot of kickers can go in the Super Bowl and kick 5 field goals and make all 5 of them. I don't think a lot of guys can do that. But the thing is, Kenneth Walker was setting him up, and I think his longest field goal was like 42 yards. Like, he was just chip-shotting the entire time, which is still, like, impressive to do that on that big of a stage. But, and dude, my favorite clip from the Super Bowl was Jason Myers going to the sideline. I think it was after his 3rd field goal.
Oh, and yeah.
He's like high fives Darnold and Drew Lock, and he says, "I'm fucking on today." Like, hell yeah. And then Sam Darnold goes, Jason Myers, Super Bowl MVP. Which, honestly, I mean, I don't know. I think another thing that we have to like kind of talk about is like this was like a and this is like another takeaway that I kind of wanted to add in. Um, the Seahawks have a lot of cap space left. They have a lot. I'm pretty sure they have like multiple millions of dollars, like tens of millions of dollars still in cap. Um, I think they need to do everything they can to like keep the team together because this is like a really special group. I think. Um,
Yeah.
I think they just like mesh well a lot. I think they need to like they need to try to bring everybody back, and that actually goes for it actually goes for all the twos and threes as well. The special teams is really special. Uh, so like they with all their money, I think they should be able to bring like 95% of the guys back, and I think they should if if they can. Uh, just because they're so good and they ended the season so absolutely amazing, and I don't think this team is gonna get any worse on the defensive side of the ball, especially. I don't really know if the offense can keep up without Clint Kubiak. We'll see. But I just think this group is like really special, and I think they can absolutely run it back. If they ran it back and won next year, I would not be surprised at all if they keep this team together.
I think you're
What do
right.
you think about that?
I mean, I think you are absolutely correct. This team needs to stay together. Luckily, a lot of these guys are on their rookie contract still, but we need to for sure pay Kenneth Walker. I've been saying it all season. I
Mhm.
don't care what it takes. You have to pay that man. You just have to do it. Um,
I want to say the Chiefs fans. This is just the Chiefs fans right now, okay,
mhm.
guys. I'm a big Chiefs fan. I'm on your side. The delusion of we're signing Kenneth Walker needs to stop, bro. You guys need to wake up. It's not happening, man. We're not there's no way we're gonna spend that much on a RB, and there's actually no way after he won Super Bowl MVP that they're gonna give him up. Like this delusion needs to stop. And I was even saying this when he was having the generational playoff run. I was like, dude, you guys gotta stop talking about Kenneth Walker right now. Like there's no way he's getting to us in free agency. There's just not. We have negative 50 million cap space, bro. Like stop. We're not gonna pay a guy 14 mil. Number 3, Sam Darnold, new nickname. I'm pretty sure they're calling him Ghostbuster, which is insane. That's a crazy nickname. Uh,
That's wild.
I fucking love that nickname, especially because he did it against the team he won it in the Super Bowl against the team that he was seeing ghosts from like 7 years earlier. Amazing. I think everybody needs to call him Ghostbuster at this point. A number 4 takeaway. Uh, me and a lot of people. I mean, I was at least I could say I was quick to flip from being a Sam Darnold doubter to a believer, but I think I still need to do the Sam Darnold apology. Why did I doubt this man at the beginning of the season? He won 14 games, and then I saw the playoff game of him, of the Vikings getting annihilated in the playoffs, and I was just like, oh yeah, that's gonna happen a lot. But also, I failed to see that the Vikings are just a cursed organization. So I don't know why I just blamed that all on Sam Darnold. That's my bad. This dude, I mean, dude, this this man might be one of the greatest game managers we've ever seen in the game in football. Like this guy, I mean, I thought like a lot of people were like, oh, he was underwhelming in the Super Bowl. I'm like, dude, I don't think so. I mean, he did exactly what you need to do when you have the best defense in the league. He didn't give the ball up. Which, by the way, they did not have a single turnover in the playoffs, which has never happened before. So it's like, what, what else? What else could you want of this man? Like, they're saying that, like, you think that Drake May outplayed him? Like, all of his yards came in garbage time. Like, come on, man, it's not happening.
I haven't seen anyone saying that Drake May outplayed Sam Darnold, but if you have,
Yeah,
Just
I mean,
like that's
just because
next
he has
level
more yards,
delusion.
it's like, bro, you're delusional, man.
It's
Like, you got to get off the
yeah,
stat book and watch the game.
that's next level delusion. Like
Um,
look at what Drake Bay did in the early in that game until the fourth
yeah,
quarter. Like no way.
which I mean,
He didn't even have over 100
yeah,
passing yards, and he whipped for 3 and out 4 times in a row in the
yeah.
second half. Yeah, I don't know.
Which brings me
That's
into my
wild.
next point, number 5, East Coast arrogance and ignorance, bro. I think a lot of people were surprised that the Seahawks came in and absolutely dominated this game, and that's partly with the East Coast being like ignorant of what's going on the West Coast. It's partly on the NFL too for not giving the Seattle any primetime at all. Um, you know, even though they knew, we knew by like game 4 or 5 that like this team was for real, and give them, they didn't flex any of their games in the primetime, and so nobody knew about it. And the people on the East Coast, they genuinely did not even know that the Seahawks were good until like literally week 15. They had no idea like what was going on. And I don't think even a lot of like casual fans even knew that the NFC West was definitely the hardest division in football, and it's been the hardest division in football for a while. It's just very weird. And then we had people on the East Coast. I mean, when the game was starting, before the when all the bets were coming in, right? Let's say that was like on like Thursday and Friday. We had a lot of people on the East Coast start betting on the Pats. I'm just sitting here like, are you serious? Like the odds were going up for the Pats when we were getting closer to the game. Obviously, the Seahawks were still favored, but I mean, we saw a big jump in the numbers getting closer to the game that the Pats were going to win. And I just think that's the East Coast just thinking that they're the shit. It's just like you guys just don't know what is going on. You guys haven't watched a single, Seahawk game other than the LA game, and you guys saw LA put up 27 or like 28 on the Seahawks, and you guys thought that the Seahawks defense isn't good. Like you get, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like people saw that LA game, the NFC Championship, and they just failed to realize that it was the best defense versus the best offense in the league.
Yeah, that's yeah. And even then, it's like you know the offense that you're going up against is top five, probably it has 2 top 10 players on it, and just in the skilled positions, and you're looking at how good the offensive line is as well, except for Bradford, of course, but. And then you look at the defense of the Patriots, who is also really good, but you just instantly know like they're not going to stand a chance.
Number 6, and this is a short one. Gonzo solidified his top 3. He's top 3 in corners in the league.
100%. Yeah.
Um, I for everybody that look, I know the team lost, the Patriots lost, but Gonzo comes out a winner in this Super Bowl. I think I haven't seen a better game from a corner in a long time, to be honest. On that stage, I mean, dude, he had like 4 pass breakups, man, and that one he broke up on Rashid Shaheed. I mean, that ball was perfectly thrown, and that was like one of the most incredible athletic feats I think I've ever seen. Like him sprinting, keeping up with Shaheed, then jumping and diving and getting a hand on that ball and knocking it away. I was like in awe. I couldn't believe that he did that. Especially because that ball was genuinely like perfect from Darnold. I don't think I thought that was pretty much perfect. Like you couldn't have thrown it any better, but I mean, it was also just perfect defense. Like he did exactly what he needed to do. But
Even
yeah, Gonzo is definitely top 3.
even that even that like pass that went to JSN in the end zone
Mm-hmm.
was also a perfect ball, and Gonzo was just there.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
All right, now we're gonna get into some This is a little bit more intricate stuff. Okay, so number 7, I think people are being too hard on this on the rookie O line. I mean, me and you were talking about this the day of the day of the Super Bowl. They had 2 rookie linemen, and we were talking about just the defensive tackles on Seattle are elite, and it's just like this is going to be very hard to stop. I mean, you're not going to be able to run on them. And then McDaniel just didn't. His game plan was not very good, and and he wasn't adjusting like at all to what was going on, and he had so much interior pressure, and Will Campbell was getting absolutely bull rushed on the side. I think what he should have done is, and this kind of goes into my number 9, but I think what he should have been doing was doing more rollouts to run away from the left side. So if Campbell gets blown up, which what he was the entire game, you actually have some time to throw the ball. And there should have been a lot more like quick routes on there as well. I don't know how you see it, but that's kind of how I was seeing it. Like there was literally no, I mean, it was just pretty much 3-step drop back the entire game, and then just like make him run when there was no design rollouts at all.
I think it was for good reason, because I think they thought that if they were gonna do some kind of naked bootleg or something like that, in a play action scenario, that the Seahawks would just identify it and blitz,
Mm.
because they were, from what all of the interviews that I've seen, everybody was saying, yeah, we were blitzing randomly, like there was no rhyme or reason. Somebody would say like pretty much a trigger word on the field, and it would trigger somebody on the field to blitz. And I think that was messing with the Patriots a lot. And Ernest Jones was calling a lot of the plays on the field, and that's what I mean. He was saying like we knew the plays before they were about to happen.
Yeah.
As
Yeah, I mean they
we
did.
studied so much film, we knew every single thing they were gonna do, and they straight up did. They just did. Um, I think putting Drake May in a situation where he's taking 3-step drops on a consistent basis is better for him to potentially get out of a situation where he needs to scramble, as opposed to send him on a bootleg, because then you're just stuck. I think it would have ended up better because our defense is so fast that there was no time for him to run in the first place on a 3-step drop. That whereas if he were on a bootleg, he would have time to either A, throw it away, or B, make a move in open field.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
And
thought
that's kind of where I'm getting there too. Like,
yeah,
at least if you're on a bootleg, like yeah, you're right. Like you do have probably a blitz coming. That doesn't mean on a 3-step drop that the blitz isn't coming, but also it gives him way more space to work with. And maybe if he dodges a blitzer, he can actually scramble,
yeah.
because he didn't do any scrambling this game.
No,
I
he did
mean,
not.
it wasn't. Yeah. So that's kind of what I was thinking. But I mean, McDaniel didn't even look like he had a backup plan. Um, and he went out there at halftime. I was like, dude, something needs to change, right? And he didn't. And that goes into number 9. McDaniel, lack of adjustment. He needed to have a backup plan, and he didn't.
Yep.
And I was surprised. I mean, I know that Drake May he really threw like 2 deep balls this game. One of them got picked. And one of them was a touchdown to Matt Collins.
Yeah.
I was surprised that they weren't trying more on the deep ball, just because of how good their receivers have been at catching the deep ball and how good Drake May has been at throwing the deep ball. There gets to a point where you know you're going to lose the game if you keep doing what you're doing, so you might as well take some shots downfield. And I think that just kind of happened too late for them. Also, I think that McVay was, or not McVay. I think Vrabel was a little bit too conservative as well. I mean, they were, again, you guys are probably like, I'm all for like being, and I said it the whole year, like kicking the field goal. Obviously, you do that on 4th and 1, but I mean, when you're on the 50, you're down a lot. you're gonna lose probably if you go off the field and punt it. Like I would have just gone for it on some of these 4th and 1s, especially when you're like close to the 50-yard line, because you guys are gonna lose the game if you don't make something happen.
Yeah.
Um. So, and it's also the Super Bowl. Like you can't just keep coming off the field and putting your defense back out there when they're winded, and it's like you got one first down. You give your defense like a couple minutes of break. Like no man, like you have to at least give him something. So I was surprised that they were going for it on a couple of those 4th-and-1s there down the stretch. I thought that was a little bit too conservative as well. Um, let's go into my next one. Drake May tape looks really bad, and I think you'll agree with me here. I mean, the missed reads was just really bad. I mean, he would have people wide open on the out route, and his eyes would be looking where he would be looking at the defense, like he would be looking at the linebacker, and like, but no receivers in the area. So I just don't understand like where he's looking at either. Um, and then a lot of what this game came down to is that the first read wasn't open, and then it just led to him holding the ball instead of progressing through his receivers. And that's exactly what our dad said. I mean, he posted it on Facebook. I mean, he predicted that Drake May was going to hold the ball too long and it was going to lead to problems, and it did.
Yep.
Also, I wanted to bring up the scheme for Seattle's defense. I mean, they were blitzing Witherspoon the entire game, which they didn't do the entire season. So that really threw a wrench in the whole process for Drake May, I think, as well. Like he always had to be looking for Witherspoon to come down, which sucks for him. But and that kind of leads me to number 10. I mean, Mike McDonald has got to be like a defensive genius with the Witherspoon blitzes. It was a nightmare. And also, I mean, Witherspoon might have had a chance at the Super Bowl MVP as well, because a lot of the big plays on defense came from him through getting the sack. The interception that was returned back for a touchdown was created by Witherspoon as well. Also, the way that they played zone D was crazy. Like having that shell coverage for that long. I mean, Drake May could not read the defense before the snap, and then just had no chance of reading the defense when he has to do the 3-step drop, read the coverage, which was disguised, and then within 1 to 2 seconds, he has to make the correct read in his own defense that he has to read after the snap. It's just not gonna. I mean, I don't know. It's just very hard to do that, and I don't think a lot of people understand. They're just like, "Oh, Drake May's like really bad." It's like, dude, it's his second year in the league, and he's facing a crazy defense that is just not giving him anything pre-snap. It's a hard job.
One thing about that shell defense too that they run, I see a lot of pundits always say, "Well, they're just playing cover 4 and cover 2." No, that's
No.
just not correct. You were literally saying what the quarterback is seeing pre-snap, and then you're not looking at the rest of the play. You're just looking at what you see pre-snap, and it's like, yeah, you're correct. And then look at what the safety does. Look at what the corner does. Look what the linebacker does. Look what the defensive ends do sometimes. Jesus. Sometimes the defensive ends, they bull rush and they drop back in coverage. You're not going to know what the hell to do with that. I'm sorry. Yeah, you could be any quarterback ever. You're not going to know what to do with that.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, it's tough, and that's like why. I mean, this is like really weird that I'm gonna bring this up, but like that's why when we were in high school, that's why we ran the shell defense the entire time. It's because the quarterbacks are young, and they don't like they know like what they're doing to a certain extent, but like when you're running cover 2, cover 4 shell, it doesn't give the quarterback anything, and so when you're young and you're still learning the game, it's extremely hard to snap. Like the people don't understand how hard this is. Like like a shell defense when you're snapping the ball and I mean, dude, sometimes you have to read the defense in half a second and then throw the ball because
literally
the rush is coming.
Yep.
If your line isn't protecting, especially like what was happening at Drake May, that's why that was happening.
Yep.
And that's why you had a lot of time Drake May's not looking at anything. He's looking at the linebacker, see if he's coming in, or he's looking at the line to see if he's going to get under pressure and he's trying to run. And that's why he's not going through his progressions, because everything is so fast and he can't get a pre-snap read.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the other thing with the young QBs too, sorry, but the one of the things that Tom Brady was bringing up is like the old QB, like reading the defense, adjusting on the fly. That's dead, and I think it's gonna have to come back just with the way the league is going with defenses. Like you're never. This is the blueprint for how you're gonna win the Super Bowl now. Like the defense doing this type of play, and if the quarterback can't adjust and can't audible on the fly to something that he's comfortable with, if he can't read the defense pre-snap, this is gonna happen a lot.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why in a cover 2, a cover 4 shell, Stafford was playing super well. He also had good weapons around him, but that's why he was very good, because he can do that. He can read and adjust on the fly, whereas Drake May and a lot of the quarterbacks in the league can't do it, and that's why Seahawks are going 14-3 this year.
Yep. 100%.
All right, let's go top 10 for
my
you.
top 10 takeaways. I mean, going into kind of chipping off of what you had said about the defense and Mike Macdonald being a genius and all of the blitzes. I mean, the defense was just insane. You cannot stop a defense like that, and I feel like the week of the Super Bowl, I was really nervous the whole week, because I was like, man, this could really be a situation the last time we played the Patriots in the Super Bowl. And then we started getting closer, and I started seeing more things coming out of training, and I saw all of these interviews happening, and I was like, nope, this team is locked in. They're going to destroy this team. It's not even going to be close in my mind. Of course, I can't say that out loud, because if I do, I'll get absolutely smitten by the universe. But I think the thing that solidified this win for me wasn't the Witherspoon blitzes, wasn't the interception from Victor Nwosu, wasn't the even the fumble that Leonard Williams caused. It was Riley Mills getting a sack. Not only did he get a sack, though, he pushed the offensive lineman for the Patriots so hard, he didn't even push him over and pancake him. He included the offensive lineman in the sacking of Drake May. Do you remember that play?
Yeah.
Like, that was one of the most impressive feats I've ever seen a defensive lineman do, ever. And I think that's really what solidified this, the notion for me that was like, damn, this defense is gonna be it's gonna be something to reckon with for the next couple of years, if not longer. And I mean, you look at what Mike Macdonald did with the Ravens defense when he was in Baltimore. That's why the Ravens were so good for so long. And looking at it, like, yes, Lamar is a great quarterback. They had great weapons around him, but the reason that they were going to the playoffs was not Lamar, and it was certainly not the rest of that offense. It was because of the defense that they had. So.
Yeah, they were only giving up at that point. They were only giving up like 17 a game.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. My second takeaway is, yeah, you had touched on it quite a bit. Drake May was playing scared, as our old coach would say, and he was playing scared, and you could tell. I think if he wasn't getting pressured so much, there's one clip that keeps on circulating that it was towards the end of the third quarter. Drake May was running towards the sideline and throws the ball away, but gets absolutely hammered at the same time. And Mike Rabel runs over to pick him up, and Mike Rabel goes, "You want to finish? You want to finish?" And I was like, were there talks of Drake May not finishing this game because he's getting like beat up so badly? Like.
I mean, I'm sure he got his shoulder.
Yeah.
He got that painkiller in his shoulder, and I'm sure by the time he got hit, like the 12th time he got hit, he's probably feeling it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, just
I
like
mean, he got hit more than their running backs did.
yeah. Well, I mean, he was running the ball more than the Ramondre and
Yeah,
Travion Henderson were.
yeah,
Um, which is, I mean, no slight to Drake May. I think it's just a compliment to this defense because
no,
I love
yeah,
Drake May. The Drake May won me my fantasy championship this year, which I still have yet to get paid for. I need to get paid for that. But yeah, that's it was a it was just interesting to see because he has been so elite all season in his passing ability and his reading of defenses around him. I mean, granted, yeah, he didn't play a defense quite like this one all season until he played the Broncos, and the Broncos were, gave him some trouble, but he ended up on top. It was interesting to see him kind of crumble a little bit. And I felt bad in a way, but also at the same time, I was like, damn, if it's any time, it's going to be right now, right? Um, my third takeaway is kind of a hot take. I'm not going to lie. Well, it's not, sorry, it's not super hot take. It's just something that I had been talking about a lot. It's that the K9 was fresh for the playoffs. He was fresh for the end of the season because he was so seldom used early in the season. And I think taking those L's that we did while not revealing what our plan was for his run game, for his for the scheme that we had planned around him, I think Zach Charbonnet was now in retrospect thinking and being frustrated during all of these games, seeing Zach be unsuccessful in the middle of the field. I think Zach was more important to this run than anyone really realizes. I mean, yes, he had a lot of touchdowns in the regular season, but what I'm getting at here is that Zach was used as fodder in Kubiak's system so we could hide K9. And that's going to tie into my 10th point, which I'm just going to make as my fourth point here. Um, I don't think we win the Super Bowl if Charbonnet doesn't get injured. I
that's
think,
what I texted Christian as soon as Sharp was hurt. I was like, this is a sacrifice that needs to be made.
yeah.
Like I love Zach Charbonnet too, but it's just like we know what needs to be done.
I mean, if you run the tape back on this pod, if I can find it, I will. We were saying that Zach has been being used to disguise. They were waiting to unleash K9, and
Yeah,
they did literally the most important time. And it sucks because I'm worried that because K9 was unleashed so late in the season, he was crucial to getting the Super Bowl victory. He's crucial to getting to the Super Bowl. What he wasn't crucial for was getting that number one overall. Well, actually, no, I lied. Over the course of the season, he wasn't crucial to getting that number one seed, but at the end of the season, he was, right. Um,
yeah,
I think if you run the tape back, we've been saying that they were saving K9 for the later games in the season, saving all of his packages for the later games in the season, and I think that was proven over the course of the past 8 weeks. Of the last 3 weeks of the the race for the number one seed, the race for getting into the playoffs, and then also into the playoffs, into the Super Bowl. So, uh, what can I say? There's no other situation where I'll be like, oh, we were right, I was right, but this one, I will say it. I'm not afraid to say it. Yeah, we were right, and I've seen a lot of people be wrong about this. A lot of people questioning Kenneth Walker's ability
yeah,
over the course of the season because Zach Charbonnet was so successful in the red zone, albeit um, very certainly. I mean, he was not successful in the middle of the field. We did not see any breakout runs like we did in his rookie season when K9 was injured. The primary example being when we played the Cardinals and Zach Charbonnet rushed for I think like 170 yards. He had 2 touchdowns and 45 points in fantasy or something crazy. Uh, we didn't see anything like that this season from him, but we did see something like that from Kenneth Walker in literally every single game in the playoffs and
yeah.
the 2 games before the playoffs started. So, um, my fourth point here, I think it's very prudent to admit when you've beaten a really good team that considering the competition that they have, and if they get a couple of pieces that they need, the Patriots will be back sooner than Buffalo will get to the Super Bowl. In my opinion, the coaching that the Patriots have around them and the weapons they have around them, if Stephon Diggs doesn't go to prison, I think this team is probably going to go to the Super Bowl again in the next 2 years. I don't think it's going to be next year. We'll get to that here in just a minute.
I
But
don't think it's going to be either.
I think that they're going to get there quicker than the Bills will. Again.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to say. I don't know. This is a hot take, but I think like Pats being going back to the Super Bowl before Buffalo will get there. I think it's a pretty hot take. Um,
Oh, I do too. Yeah, trust me, I do.
I
I just
I don't, dude. The thing is, like, yeah, I mean, Buffalo's pretty cursed in a lot of ways.
Yeah, they can't get a receiver.
They can't get a receiver. You know, you could say that the refs are low key like they called a bad game against the Broncos. And then I mean, Josh Allen just played so bad in that Broncos game too. Like it was like the combination of the refs being bad and Josh Allen was horrible.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens with their new head coach. I think if McDermott stayed there, they would be fine. I think this defense is going to struggle. I mean, because the defense was not really that great for Buffalo, but I mean, dude, they've gone through so many injuries at this point, especially on the defense, that it's just like the way that they're playing with that many people hurt was still pretty admirable, but they can't get through a season healthy. And that's a big thing. I mean, that's another thing that goes into the Super Bowl winners. I mean, Seahawks are a very healthy team. So were the Patriots, to be fair. But the Seahawks were very healthy the entire season. There was only a few people that went down, but nobody that was like to the point where like everything's gonna crumble down. You know, like when you have Milano getting hurt for Buffalo, I mean that ruins your whole defense. That's your leader on the defense.
Yeah. I also think that there's a bigger picture here too, in a sense. The Patriots had this was their first successful season in like 4 years, right? 5 years. The Seahawks have not had a non-successful season in a like long time. I don't remember the last time they didn't have a winning season, let alone a 500 season, right?
Yeah.
And not only that, but Mike McDonald's first year of coaching was last season, and we still ended up with 10 wins. We were.
What do you think? Where do you think the Pats
tied.
end up
Next season?
Yeah, because I think they're gonna get like 10 wins, and like they might like squeak in.
I think they might too, but my only issue with that, with why I don't think it's gonna be next season, I genuinely don't think they make the playoffs next season. Do you want to know why?
Their schedule's insane.
Their schedule is wild, and it's because they play the NFC West.
Yeah.
Out of conference, they're playing the NFC West, so we're gonna see a Seahawks versus Patriots rematch in Seattle. Which
they're probably gonna make that the first game because that's what they always fucking do.
I mean, they could. They definitely could. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, okay, keep on going here. NFC superiority. You said this already, but this season was proof that the NFC has a better talent tree, has a better, it just has better organizations overall than the AFC does. I mean, I genuinely think that if you put the Buccaneers in the AFC as the 7 seed, they would have done better than the Texans would have. They would have done better than the Steelers would have.
No, genuinely, I mean, I already like touched on that a little bit, but I mean, when you're looking at like NFC, I mean, I was talking about just the 49ers. Like they would have probably beat everybody, except for like the Jags. But like
Well, I mean, even the
against Denver,
Jaguars.
against Denver, and against I mean, they definitely would have beat the Patriots. The Niners
Mm-hmm.
would have.
Mm-hmm.
I think Denver would have been a very close game, but I mean, LA was gonna beat everybody. If you put, yeah, like what you said, if you put the Buccaneers in, I mean, they're definitely beating the Texans.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I mean, the thing is too is like even the Jaguars, kid, like the Jaguars still lost, and I had them going to the Super Bowl, you know, because I thought
Yeah,
that they were the best team.
yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting for sure
I
to
mean,
see the
I mean,
NFC
let's
be
look at
so good.
even like you put the Bears into the AFC. I think they probably beat everybody.
Yeah, yeah, you're probably right.
I won't say Green Bay, but I think the Bears beat. I think the Bears would have made the AFC Championship if they were in the AFC,
Yeah, I think you're right, 100%.
which is just like stupid.
And,
Like the NFC is just they just have a lot. They have a lot of talent. We have the quarterbacks on the AFC side. We do, but that's about it.
yeah. Moving on.
And wait,
Oh,
can we stick on this for a second, real quick? Because I've seen some talk around this, but the NFC being superior, they have been for the past. I would say 2 years, even though the Chiefs won in
it doesn't
20.
matter who won the Super Bowl. It matters what the competition looks like in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
actual
I
conference.
know,
You know.
but I would say for the past 2 years, this year and last, that the NFC has been above. But even in 2023. But do you think the new blueprint is a game manager quarterback with the best defense? Because
Hundred
this year
percent.
in the playoffs, it was
Yep.
just it was every top defense pretty much
Yep.
made the playoffs.
Yep. Yeah. You have that. That is 100% the answer. And
Yeah.
I don't think it matters if your quarterback is a game manager or not. I think that you just need to have the best defense in the league to win the Super Bowl.
I mean, but it's been the
Now.
blueprint for a while because the Chiefs had a top five defense with Patrick Mahomes, and then they
Mm-hmm.
won. And
Mm-hmm.
then the Eagles had the best defense in the league, although their offense was also very good. But they had Jalen Hurts, game manager quarterback. They won, and now we have Sam Darnold, who played really well, but in this game, I mean, game manager with best defense in the league, and now they won.
Yeah.
That's 3 years in a row.
Yeah. It's true.
You can't say it for going back further because the Chiefs had a horrible defense and they were still winning the Super Bowl. So I don't know if you can really make that argument.
Mm-hmm.
But certainly now the game is. I mean, the whole game, the NFL is just changing to defense. It's just changing.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. It is definitely changing, and I don't know why it ever went away. I don't know if it was the talent that was coming in from the drafts. I don't know if it was the coaching that just sometimes you get
I think it was the coaching.
sometimes you get a tree of coaches that come down and they have an idea and they have their outlook on what it should look like and they're wrong. And now we've gone to a point where the idea is kind of gone and we're getting
I
to this we're
I think
getting
it was the
to a
coaching.
new I think this is genuinely a new wave of defense
Yeah.
coming into the league, and I think it's going to not only make the NFL tougher, I think it's going to make every single level tougher.
I
If
think back. Oh, keep going.
I was going to say if you look at like weaker conferences in the NCAA and in FBS, even FCS, if you have teams running this style of defense that a college quarterback can't read what's happening, that team is going to be elite. It's going to
Mm.
win all of its games, regardless of who they have on offense, because the defense is going to be so successful.
Yeah, I mean, I think when we think about, you know, I think defense was still, a main piece when we're talking about when we go back to like 2016.
Yeah.
And then things started to change. But the defense, they were still the defensive scheme has been the same since like the 2010s. And then you started getting quarterbacks that were coming in the league like Allen and Mahomes, and then now like with Caleb Williams, where it's just like and even Stafford was like this, but he didn't really take off until he got to the Rams, where they're making like no look passes, 25 yards downfield. They're throwing 50-yard bombs off their back foot, and it's like I think the coaching it took a while for the defensive coaching to shift into we need to just protect downfield like
Mm-hmm.
way more because these guys it doesn't matter how much pressure we get on them because they'll just run away off their back foot and throw 50 yards downfield and that's always going to be a catch.
Yeah.
So I think it just took a while for the defense to like kind of shift into this new coverage system, this new like deep coverage system. But I think now that they've kind of figured it out. I mean, you've seen we went from in 2019 and 2020 we had the craziest year of quarterbacks ever. I mean, every quarterback in the league was throwing for 5K, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And it's just I mean, it's hard now in the league to even get to 4,000. Like we're talking like Drake May was MVP level and he had like 3,500, right? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, obviously Stafford went above 4,000, but other than that, I mean, it was a one vote away, from Drake May being MVP, and he was at 35. And like just 5 years ago, we had that would have been like laughable to be like, well, we have like five guys that have almost 5,000 yards. Like, and you want
That's
Drake
true.
May to be MVP. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Right.
just the way that it's just crazy how much has changed in just a couple years.
Um, my next point that I want to bring to the table is that I can now finally brag as a Seahawks fan that our moves this offseason were the best moves in the NFL. We brought in
Mhm.
Demarcus Lawrence, who I think is the most important player that we brought in this offseason. We brought in Cooper Kupp. We brought in Sam Darnold. We brought in Rashid Shaheed, which I know that wasn't an offseason move, but that was crazy that we got that move in the first place. Uh, we brought in Gray Zabel. We brought in Riley Mills. We drafted Gray Zabel, I should have said. We drafted Nick Minwari. We drafted Tyrese Knight. And for those of you saying, who the hell is Tyrese Knight? Do you remember the game against the Cardinals where Ernest Jones was hurt and Tyrese Knight came in, middle linebacker, and made the exact same play 2 drives in a row where he strip sacked Jacoby Brissett and Demarcus Lawrence ran the ball back for 2 touchdowns. That's who I'm talking about. That dude's elite. UTSA, shout out. Wait, no. Sorry, not UTSA. No, wait, no, yeah. UTSA. Sorry, UTSA. Um, but I don't even know what to say. We just had
Yeah.
crazy moves this offseason that we took a lot of chances. John Schneider especially took a lot of chances, but they had an identity that they wanted to be, and they actively became that identity that they were identifying that they needed to be to win a Super Bowl. And I think as soon as they got into OTAs with all of these players that they had, they said, "Man, I don't think we're really missing anything." And so I mean, I even missed one. Torrey Horton. I don't think without Torrey Horton getting hurt, I
Dude.
think if Torrey Horton doesn't get hurt, we probably don't bring in Rashid Shaheed, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Torrey
maybe.
Horton is
Man,
really
Corey
good.
Horton is so good, bro.
He is so good, and we drafted him in like the fifth round this season.
Yeah.
Somehow he was still there. We were like, oh, that's the guy that we would have taken in the first round. I'm like, well, you guys are insane. And nope, not insane. You watch that game against the Commanders that we did in the airport, crazy. Um,
And you guys aren't afraid to play them too. That's the
no,
other thing. A lot of
yeah,
these other places don't put their rookies in. I mean, as a Chiefs fan, I'm one of those people that gets pissed off about it. And the Seahawks are just like, no, we trust the system. We're just putting you in. You're in the system. You've been in the system for 5 weeks. You're going in.
and that's one thing I'm afraid of with losing Kubiak. I'm curious to see who we hire as our offensive coordinator next because, as we know, Kubiak is going to Las Vegas, and I wish him the best there. I want to see the Raiders succeed more than anybody on the planet. That's actually a lie. I'm sure my dad wants that more, and probably my friend Mark. But you know what I'm saying. Like I really want to see the Raiders succeed, and I also want to see the Seahawks pick up where we left off last season. with a Super Bowl victory and a deep playoff run and a really good season that makes you the number one seed, get that bye week. I don't know what offensive coordinator is going to give us that. And I think it was really foolish of Mike McDaniel to just take the Chargers job without waiting till after. I think it's really foolish for a lot of these guys to take jobs before the Super Bowl ends because of this exact reason. I don't think that they were bought that Kubiak was going to leave. And as soon as the Super Bowl ended, they got their answer because Kubiak said, "I'm going to Las Vegas" on the fucking field, which I thought was. I had mixed feelings about that, to be honest with you, but I think he was just ready to be like, "Listen, this is what's
I think it's
happening."
disgusting.
You do?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fucked up.
it is a little fucked up. I won't lie. I think you're absolutely correct about that. I think he thought he was a little hard done by
Is
because I think he thought he already deserved the head coaching job going into the season. But
bro?
I,
Is
I'm
there no like? There's no like.
there's no decorum anymore, man.
I mean, it's not even like decorum. It's just like, can we just enjoy the fucking moment, bro? Like,
Oh
good
yeah,
lord,
I know.
good. Like, man, you're supposed to like. You just fucking went through a gauntlet season, right?
Yeah,
The Seahawks that was one of the hardest schedules ever,
yep.
and then one of the hardest playoff runs ever for a one seed, and then they win the Super Bowl, and he's out there like immediately being like, "All right, peace out." Like, are you fucking kidding me, bro?
Yeah, I know it's ridiculous. Um, Regardless
Yeah,
of
it
that,
pissed me
though,
off.
I really do. I'm very curious to see who we hire as our next offensive coordinator. Like John Gruden. Is that who it's going to be?
Oh Jesus.
Like I would have a heart attack. I think.
Oh,
Um,
I don't think he's a good fit.
I think I would have loved to see Mike McDonald come over to Seattle and be the offensive coordinator in this in his system with this talent around him. Like I think Sam Darnold proved that he is the game manager that he needed for his offense to be successful. That Tua was not. And I don't know if Justin Herbert is either, So I don't know. Whoever it is, it better be someone that will utilize and try to get Kenneth Walker back.
This is one of the reasons too why they need to change how the coaching stuff shouldn't take place until the end of the season. And it's
100%.
because of
Yeah,
this specifically is because who the fuck is available right now?
I know.
And I'm sure a lot of those coaches would have been like, I would rather see like what's gonna happen in the Super Bowl, right? Like you don't think that a lot of these guys would not have taken their jobs and they would have gone to the Seahawks,
Right.
like Mike McDaniel,
Yeah,
definitely would have, right?
I think so. If you got the interview for it, I don't see
Matt
why not.
Nagy definitely would have probably wanted to go to the Seahawks to fucking call plays. I mean, I know that's like worst case scenario, right? But like
If
that's
Matt
still
Nagy got a job with Seattle, I wouldn't be a fan anymore. I won't lie. If we hired him, I'd be like, we're throwing, bro. Like, have you seen his success rate? It's 0.
so that would have been really funny though. Like we both went through the same fucking thing.
I'm not
Like we're
joking.
throwing. I mean, at least the Chiefs won Super Bowls with him. But like at the same time, when we hired him, I was like, we're definitely throwing.
Kid, I am not kidding.
They nerfing us,
would not have watched a single Seattle game.
bro. I mean,
I've watched too
hiring
many
Matt Nagy is a nerf.
games. It is, yeah.
It's a nerf. You're nerfing yourself. Like that's
For
what
sure.
you're doing.
Yeah, 100%.
You're patching yourself out of the game.
Yeah, it's awful.
But yeah, I mean, I think they just need to change it to you can't hire until after the Super Bowl. And the other thing too is that like it gives you more news. The news cycle is still really good leading up to the draft, and
Correct.
like it just makes sense.
It does.
And then after the draft, then you have the off season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because right now there's not going to be really anything until the draft. I don't think anybody's going to really be talking about the draft until like probably a month out. So you're gonna have like a month of like nothing really happening in football news. Whereas like if you left it until after the Super Bowl, then you would still have your news coming out, and then you'd get that month of stuff happening, and then you get another month of drafts, and then the draft happens, and then you go in the off season. I think that's just I think that's much better for the league.
I agree. I think it is too. Uh, my next point is how humble this team is. You know, this team doesn't brag. There was one instance where I think Tariq Woolen got caught doing some stupid shit against, and it was against the Rams. It could have cost us the game, but it didn't, thank God. But after the game, I just
Oh, dude, that. But okay, can we just talk about that real quick? That was weak. That was a weak penalty. I'm sorry.
oh yeah, I mean I agree
I'm
it
sorry.
was, but he
That shit was unacceptable that they threw that fucking flag on him.
listen, dude, that is one of the penalties that I actually I yes I agree it's weak, but you can't go to the opposing team sidelines and taunt. That's
Bro, he
against the rules.
barely was. He literally looked toward them and was just like fucking like
It
nodding
was
his head and saying something, and it's
I
just
was gonna
like
say
come,
it's
bro.
probably something that he said that was because we don't know what's said on the field unless they're mic'd up, right? And he was not,
Yeah.
that we know of at least. Regardless of what it was said, you just can't do that. I'm sorry, you just can't. I get it. I get it. Trust me, I get it. But
Well, okay, but like how? Okay, so you can't do that, right?
mm-mm,
You can't nod to the other sideline and say something.
no,
But if you get a turnover, your whole defense can go to the opposing end zone and start just talking shit to fans.
that's different because it's sanctioned by the NFL.
I'm just saying, what the fuck?
No, it makes no sense.
That's why, in my mind, I think it's weak because it's just like, bro, like you're saying on a turnover, my whole team can go and heckle the fans,
Listen,
but they
that
can't nod and say some shit toward the other sideline. That makes no sense
I agree with
in
you.
my
It doesn't
opinion.
make any sense. And the thing is that like the NFL introduced that not too long ago, like 4 years ago, where they started telling teams like, hey, when you get a turnover, start going to the end zone that you're going to be that you were defending and go celebrate. It's like no, you
Yeah,
told us
and
that
it's
we
also
can't do that,
inconsistent.
and it's very inconsistent. Yeah. Anyway,
Inconsistent also in the fact that like we saw a open hand punch. I think
no, no,
yeah,
no.
yeah,
That's called a
uh,
slap.
yeah, slap, and there's no penalty. But
Right.
you're saying I can slap a person, no penalty, but I can't look toward your sideline and say something. That's a penalty.
Correct. You also can't
I mean,
close
come on, bro.
fist slap somebody either. That's also
Yeah,
not
but I'm
allowed.
just saying that like that's why I think it's weak because you can literally just fucking punch. You, sorry, you can literally slap somebody
Yeah, I know,
and
I
not
know.
get
Eh,
and 50% of the time you're not going to get a flag. But if you look toward the other sideline, nod and say something, that's an immediate flag.
Listen, this is why we need full unionized refs in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
yeah.
just it. Because these rules need to change. They need to be more consistent, and they need to stop sitting there and. I mean, for lack of a better term, these refs they're like fucking meat ride some of these players, and it's not okay. So that's my point there with that.
Okay,
But
well,
what I want to get
where
to,
your number 8 is fucking hot take.
my number 7 is where I'm at is with the how humble this team was when Ernest Jones went to do that interview with Boomer Esiason, or no, not Boomer Esiason. Uh, no, that's not who it was. Why am I forgetting the guy's name that does the fastest 3 minutes?
That is Boomer.
That is Boomer. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, Boomer tells him that he had 11 tackles, and Ernest Jones goes, "Who?" And Boomer goes, You had 11 tackles." He goes, "Oh." Like these guys don't track their stats. They don't track any of this. They just want to win, and they want to win as a family. They want to win as a team, and that's kind of beautiful in a way to me. I like that. Uh, yeah, you're right. My number 8 is a hot take, but there's a caveat that I didn't write down. Jason Myers should have been the MVP.
Okay.
Maybe not of the Super Bowl, but of the season for the Seahawks.
Has there ever been a co MVP for a Super Bowl MVP?
No, I don't
Because
think so.
I would have accepted a co MVP for, but Kenneth Walker deserved it in my opinion. But
I think Kenneth Walker deserved it too. I mean, you rarely see a running back rush over 100 yards, let alone 150, in a Super Bowl. But Jason Myers broke the single season scoring record.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He did.
And I mean, he took it. A running back had it before, Ladainian Tomlinson, and he broke it, which is why I'm sitting here and I'm like, man, give him at least like some kind of accreditation for that, other than breaking the single season point record. Give him like the single season MVP record for non quarterback, maybe, or something like that. Make a new award for him. Do the equivalent that FIFA did for Trump for the FIFA World Peace Prize, like
I do. True. True.
best kicking points prize. I'm just saying, he needs some kind of accreditation because the fact that he's not getting any is ridiculous.
And what's your take on the special teams blueprint? Because you had definitely the best kicker in the league this year, but I mean the punter was crazy, and he pinned the Patriots within their own 5 twice.
Listen,
I think
dude,
twice,
nah,
and then he pinned him within 10 3 times.
kid. Michael Dixon has been the best punter in the NFL for like 4 years. Like,
I know, but they're also the most paid kicker and punter in the league.
damn, they deserve it.
Yeah, like, do you think that?
Yeah,
I mean,
keep on going, keep it going.
I mean, what do you think about like other like for kickers, and punters? Like what round are they going in now? I mean, that's really important, and like a lot of why you guys won a lot of the games this year was your special teams.
Yeah.
Like, do you think this is a changing? Do you think we're taking kickers in the 4th round now?
I mean, I don't think we drafted Jason Myers, and I also don't think we drafted Michael Dixon.
Yeah, but look at what's going on in the league with like Cam Little and Aubrey.
Oh no, I hear you with that.
Like
Yeah,
the long kicks, and like Jason Myers. I mean, he doesn't have like the leg, but I mean his accuracy is insane.
it is. That's very true.
And same with the punt. I think you guys did take the punter in the draft.
did we draft Michael Dixon? I don't know if that's true or not because he's an international.
Yeah, he was selected 149th,
and he was a Texas University of Texas Longhorn. That makes sense.
149th is what? That's like the 5th round.
So 28. No, that's the 5th round. Yeah, 149th. So he was 2018 draft. First team All Pro honors as a rookie in 2018. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Jason Myers draft. 2013 undrafted in the 2013 NFL draft. Signed with the
Jason Myers been in since 2013.
Oh yeah, and then
Holy
joined the
heck.
Seahawks in 2019. Joined the Seahawks technically in 2018. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think sometimes you just gotta have guys. That's because my stream disconnected and is attempting to reconnect a few seconds ago. Why does this happen? What? I don't understand. I don't get it. Okay. Anyway, maybe not MVP for Jason Myers, but give him some sort of better accreditation than what has been given. Number 9. John Schneider at the post Super Bowl party drunkenly said that K9 tried to bargain with him, and it was weird. And then he started an MVP chant after that. Needless to say, it was a really weird interaction. And I thought it was kind of just like, brother, don't talk business when you're drunk. Stop.
I highly doubt that K9 was doing that, by the way.
That's what everyone was saying. It's like, no, he didn't. So I don't know if John Schneider was trying to make like a weird joke that everyone in the crowd was like, dude, shut the fuck up right now.
I think
we want this guy to get back, but I don't know.
I think it was funny, like low key. I think it was a funny joke. Like I would have laughed. I'd have been like, "Ha, I get it," because he won the MVP and now he wants 20 mil. But
yeah, but the fact
there's no way K9 did that.
The fact that he said that K9 did that, and then he said that it was kind of weird when the whole thing that you're trying to do is also like really weird. I thought was just like, why? But it's fine. He's gonna resign. He's not going anywhere. Yeah. The 10 we already went over because I went over it my number 3,
Yeah.
so I'll skip over it. But let's get to our way too early Super Bowl picks for 2026.
And you want to pull up the graphic because a lot of people are fucking graphic mind
The graphic.
with yeah, the graphic for they put it up the graphic for the Super Bowl for the next Super Bowl.
Please send it to me because I don't know if I have it.
You know how people like they look at the logo and they're like, okay, the script is now this.
Oh, they put that graphic up?
Yeah, I'll send it to you in the lobby.
Wait, they're not supposed to put that graphic up until like September.
There it is.
What?
Oh wait, that's actually a really bad picture.
Bro, that's AI.
No, it's not.
Yeah, wait, that's 100% AI.
No, it was posted. It was posted by the NFL, bro. I don't know what to tell you. This.
No.
Yes.
No.
I'm.
That's impossible.
It was put up by the NFL, bro.
All right, here, give me a second here. Let's see here. All right, switch over to. All right, this is a Super Bowl graphic, and I mean, what is this telling us? Orange and blue with water.
So a lot of people were saying just because of this, they were like Bengals.
No,
So people were saying Bengals Jaguars. I was like, the water is like this looks like the Dolphins to me.
that looks like
if
the
anything.
Dolphins to me too. But no, there's no
But
way.
there's no way that
there's
the
no way
Dolphins
that the
make
Dolphins
it, bro.
are going.
They would have to script the shit out of this.
Yeah, I was low key gonna
season.
say the Jaguars were gonna make it, but that I think that's my favorite in the AFC right now is the Jaguars, especially. I mean, they've got to re-sign Travis Etienne. And then probably the Broncos, if you're looking at it, right?
No, dude, don't say that.
No, well, the Broncos and the Jaguars can't play each other in the Super Bowl, so that's impossible.
Yeah.
Maybe
But I hate the fucking Broncos, man. Don't say the Broncos, bro.
there's nobody in the NFC that's orange though. Who? Oh, I guess the Bears.
Well, I mean, based off of this graphic, it seems like to me that it's gonna be the Dolphins. It might be Dolphins Bears, which would be a fucking sick Super Bowl. I'm not gonna lie, that would be so weird.
That would be bizarre.
That would be so weird, bro. But based off the graphic, I'd say Dolphins Bears.
Hear me out. Hear me out, okay? Super Bowl 61. They have the teams use their throwback uniforms for the Super Bowl.
Oh,
so this is really just looking at Broncos or Bengals versus Seahawks.
Okay. I mean,
but we also have to. I think we have to wait because the graphic that everyone was talking about that was like, oh, this is scripted with Drake May and Sam Darnold in the very front. That was released in September, right?
Well, that wasn't the Super Bowl graphic. Like, I don't think that was like really the Super Bowl. Wait, let me see.
Super Bowl graphic for Super Bowl 60 was...
No, the Super Bowl 60 one was the one with the Golden Gate Bridge. It was like purple and blue. Like, that was a graphic that they put out for like the hunt, but like... Yeah.
Wait, no. The graphic that I'm talking about was put out in September before the season started.
Yeah, I know. But that's not like the Super Bowl graphic. That was just like a graphic that they put out. But that was like the main Super Bowl graphic was like the LX with the Golden Gate Bridge in the L and the X.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. This one, I see it. So this one, I'm like, bro, they didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen though, right? Like that's what this whole graphic is because there's so many different. There's Green Bay, there's San Francisco, there's Seattle, there's. I mean, you can't really say that the Vikings because it's the only purple team.
Well, Sam Darnold played for the Vikings.
Stop.
Okay. Okay, well, okay, wait. Let's stop fucking graphic hunting. Like, what's your actual pick?
Seahawks Jaguars.
I like that pick a lot. Um, damn, I like that pick a lot, dude. What if we had a what's left Super Bowl, bro?
A what?
What if we had a what's left Super Bowl?
Like, like our picks are
Hawks
correct.
Chiefs.
Oh, oh, fuck.
Dude, if we had a Hawks Chiefs Super Bowl, that would be
If it's Hawks Chiefs Super Bowl, we would bring the setup to mom and dad so we could
We
do
probably
our
would have
call
to.
at. Yeah, that'd be wild. That'd be crazy.
Oh my god. I kind of want to pick Hawks Chiefs, but I don't think the Chiefs are there yet. I think we make the playoffs next year, but I don't know if we're gonna go.
I think just
But like we have the farewell tour, like the Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce farewell.
yeah, I think that in of itself could be enough. The only thing is Rashee Rice gonna stay out of jail?
Yeah, I don't know. None of our receivers can make dude. None of our receivers can make any.
I know.
Like
It's
when you
insane.
have the receivers that can't have separation, where our best separating guy is fucking Thornton, like it's bad.
Yeah. Who do you think that you're gonna draft? I mean, we should probably save this for. But I think I know who you're gonna draft in the first round this year, and I don't think you're gonna like the answer.
Or, who do you think?
It's gonna be
Is it the edge rusher or Jeremiah?
No, it's neither.
You think we're gonna pick tackle? Because that would be bad.
I don't think you're gonna pick tackle either.
What? Oh, you think then the safety?
Nope.
Oh, okay, then you're just wrong.
I think you're taking Kenyon Sadiq.
The tight end?
Tight end out of Oregon.
No, I think you're wrong about that too.
I mean, I could see
I think
why,
I think it's gonna go three ways. We're either gonna pick the edge or the safety.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember their names right now. Bain is the edge. If he's there, we might take him. Jeremiah Love or the safety, which is Downs, I believe.
Okay.
Because we haven't had a really amazing safety since Honey Badger. And before Honey Badger it was Barry.
Mm-hmm.
And we were always good. We always had like a pretty good defense until, Mahomes came in. But yeah, we haven't had like a really good safety since Eric Berry and Honey Badger, and then we need an edge rusher just because we haven't been able to win on the edge.
Right.
And then we also need a running back really bad. But if I hope we either go with an edge or with Jeremiah Love. I think if we go offensive line, I think we're just gonna not make the playoffs. I don't think we really need to worry like too much of there. We just really need to get either a running back or an edge rusher.
Yeah, that's fair. I can see that, honestly. I'm just saying, like,
if we pick Sadiq, I mean, that would be it wouldn't be bad, but I don't think it would be good because, dude, I don't know what we're gonna do in free agency at running back. Like, our best bet would be like Breece Hall, but we should have already made that trade earlier. So I don't think we'd come back to it. You know what I mean?
That's not your. I mean, so Breece Hall is a free agent, which I think is a really good pickup if you could get.
We only been talking about Breece Hall and Kenneth Walker. That's it.
No, I don't think that's. I think you gotta try to go get fuck Jesus Christ, oh my God, no, Travis Etienne.
Oh yeah, I mean, maybe, but there's no way they're not gonna re-sign him, bro.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you, but if they don't, I would immediately just be like, what do you want? Let's do it. Get here.
So like my Super Bowl pick is like kind of torn. Like I kind of want to pick the Ravens,
Hmm.
Oh, that's the other thing I was gonna say. Isaiah, like we're probably gonna if we don't get a tight end and they don't re-sign Likely, we're probably gonna take Likely in
Oh,
free
okay.
agency.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If we can even like if we can even make the cap space though, like that's another thing that's really rough.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think Seahawks Chiefs is good. I don't think I'm gonna go with that just because our cap space is so bad. Like we're 32nd in the league on cap space, negative 50 million. It's really rough.
That's really
Um,
bad. That's really bad.
so yeah, I know, but we knew it was gonna happen. Like we won 3 Super Bowls. Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pick the Seahawks. I can't go against the Seahawks right now. They're too good, especially if they keep everybody. So
The-
I'll probably go Seahawks, and I really like Seahawks and Jags to be honest with you, but I'm not gonna do that. I think Seahawks and Broncos is boring. It's just another rematch for the Seahawks. I kind of want to go Seahawks. I can't pick Ravens because their new coach is not gonna get it done.
Texans.
No, absolutely not. Dude, I don't know. The AFC is so fucking weird. It could be the Chiefs just because the AFC is so bad. Yeah, I guess.
Jets.
Yeah, yeah. It's really hard because I would pick the Ravens, but I really don't think their new head coach. Like that was my pick before Harbaugh got fired, and I was like, oh shit, they're not gonna make it next year.
No, I don't think the Ravens are gonna do a whole lot next season. To be honest with you, I don't think that whole division is gonna. I think the Bengals are gonna win that division next season.
It
Genuinely,
could be the Bengals, yeah.
but I don't think they're
It
gonna.
could. I mean, Seahawks Bengals. I think that's actually.
No.
I could run that. Their
I,
defense is so bad on the Bengals though.
Kid, I think
But
the Bengals are going to be the 4 seed in that. They're gonna win the division with a losing record.
you think so?
Yeah, I do.
I don't think they're. Do you think they're gonna have another losing
Bro, that division is
record?
garbage. That division is like an actual dumpster fire. And it has been for like 5 years. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's really bad. I'll go.
No.
I'm just gonna go Seahawks Bills at the moment. It might change, but at the moment, I'm gonna go Seahawks and Bills, and we're just gonna
Yeah,
call
okay.
it there.
Sounds good. Yeah, I think the Jaguars are the best call, in my opinion.
Yeah,
But
I know that's kind of what I want to say too, but
yeah,
I'll mix it up.
it's fair. Who else in the Jaguars division? We got
Again, it's not good.
the Titans, the Texans,
And
and
the Colts,
the
right?
The Colts.
The Colts could make it. Colts could make it.
Colts could make it. And the reason that they didn't make
A
the
little bit
playoffs
of
this
dark
season is
blue in
because
that logo.
they lost Daniel Jones. And now it's like, is it Daniel Jones's turn to prove that he's the game manager that everyone wants?
Could be the Colts. Could be the Colts.
Could be the Colts. Could. We haven't seen the Colts in the Super
And
Bowl.
they do have the defense too.
Mm-hmm.
Sauce Gardner's gonna be coming back, so
Yep.
it could
We
happen.
haven't seen the
The only
Colts in
thing
the
is that
Super
they
Bowl
gave up
since
everything.
they did. They gave up literally every single
They
thing.
gave up everything for the season,
Um,
which I thought was the correct play, but it was just unfortunate what happened.
Yeah, I mean it really
It was correct. Like you
Agreed.
just
Yeah.
Sauce got hurt and Daniel Jones got hurt, so then it's just over. Like it is what it is.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like
They made the right plays.
It could be Daniel Jones's turn to prove that he is the game manager, like Sam Darnold, to back up this defense that they've got.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think if it's not the Jaguars, it could be the Colts. And I think both Colts and the Jaguars will make the playoffs next season, and one of them will go to the Super Bowl, either from the wild card or from the number 2 seed. Because the number 1 seed is going to be the Broncos again, and they're going to lose something, and it's going to be awful, and all Broncos fans are going to be hurt for the rest of their life again.
We have 30 minutes. Do you want to go into MLS, or
Honestly,
should we talk about? Should we connect the Bad Bunny shit?
Connect the Bad Bunny shit? What do you mean?
Go more into political stuff with what was going on with the Bad Bunny halftime show.
I think
versus the fucking TPUSA fucking botted viewed show.
I think if people can't see that, then there's no hope for them to be like a productive member of society. To be honest with
true.
you, like
That's true.
I don't think we really need it. I think that people have covered that enough. You know, I
Yeah.
think we should go because you said you wanted to learn what to look forward to in MLS this season, right? And I think you should come up and you should go to a Timbers game with me this season because
I would be down
you've
for that.
never gone to a Timbers game, and
I've gone to a Timbers game.
you have.
Yeah, I
You've
went
never.
to a Timbers game with you, but it was preseason,
Oh well, yeah.
and it was still lit.
You've never gone to a Timbers game then.
Yeah, I've never been to a serious Timbers game. I
Yeah.
would say.
I guess where do you want me to start?
Well, I mean, if we're following Timbers, like you should probably just give me the rundown on what's going on with the Timbers.
All right. That's a really unfortunate thing that I've got to do this, but I'm going to do it. So let's see here. We're going to go boom. We're going to go like this. All right. So what you got to know about the Timbers right now, right?
Am I supposed to be looking at something right now?
You should honestly go to... I'm just going to share my screen with you here. We're going to start... I don't, that's fine. I don't, that's fine with me.
We don't care.
Yeah. Anyway, so
I really like the Alaska Airlines one too. I thought that one was good.
Yeah, but Alaska Airlines, they backed out. It's stream cutting in and out. That's great. Just lovely to hear. Thanks, Christian. I don't know what's wrong with my internet, but something is wrong, and it's not great. Not great. It could be because the settings changed when I updated my NVIDIA graphics card. That could be it. But what was I going for? What was I saying?
Do you think they're gonna have any kit that like looks better than this throughout the season, or no?
No.
Fuck.
I mean,
that's tough.
Last season they wore these, which was like our Clyde jerseys is what they were called because it was like these jerseys were sick. But they will never ever have a jersey like this ever again, or like this ever again. These ones were all four of these were my favorites. I thought these were so cool, and they will never have anything like this ever again, and it's really sad. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So that's the first thing, right? Which sucks. Second thing is, last season we got rid of Evander. Evander then becomes, hold on, I'm pretty sure we got this guy named Christopher Velde, who is, I mean, just look at him, right? You look at him and you're like, this guy's a badass. First preseason game of the season, gets a yellow card. And then 2 minutes later, gets a red card. So sick. He is he's Norwegian. He was playing for a team in Greece called what is this team? Olympiakos, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Olympiakos, and he is actually pretty decent. He's pretty good. I'm excited to see him play for this team for a full season. We also last season got a guy named Da Costa, and well, his first name is David. He's really young. He's really talented. And he's also really good. The only thing is, I don't think we saw everything we could have from him last season because he came in from RC Lens, which is a French team, right? And he went from playing in the French Ligue 1 from August up until April, comes in April, and then plays from April to November, when his season should have stopped in May. So he literally played for a year straight, and I think he was just burnt out. He didn't have any breaks or anything. So I'm excited to see him with a full offseason under his belt, what he does, because he was actually really good. The other player that we brought in this past season, his name is Finn Sermon. Okay? This guy, New Zealand, he's a Kiwi. He's a center back. He's young. He's really, really good. He's really, really fast, and he is exactly what this defense needed because we were the highest. We allowed the most goals the season before he came in the league, and now this past season, I think we were tied for, I think 10th for most goals. So it was definitely a big improvement. Yeah, dude's absolute nails. Really quick. Really makes really good decisions. Yeah, it says he's a Kiwi, but he was born in Cardiff, so he's probably got
It says
multiple
he was.
nationalities. So
I'm just looking at this. It says he got called up for
yeah, he played for the New Zealand national team.
New Zealand. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, there was a really horrible thing that happened to him this past season. He was making a goal line save, right? And he slid, but he slid in the direction of the goalpost, and the goalpost, the way that he slid, it went right in between his legs.
Oh
hit
shit.
him in the groin. He was out for a couple weeks. It was honestly really really awful to watch.
Jesus.
Every single other player that we've got, we've got James Pantemis, who we call him Pants. He's our goalkeeper. Awesome dude, really cool guy. Glad that he's finally getting his chance to play. Because we got Maxime Crepeau went to Toronto, I believe. We had both of the Canadian national team goalkeepers playing on our team, fighting for a starting spot in Portland, which was kind of wild.
Literally, like the only person I recognize from back when I was following lightly is Diego Chara. We still have Chara.
Yeah, Diego Chara's still on the team. This is probably going to be his last season, but
He's 39, bro.
I know, and he's still catching up to people who are in their early 20s, which is wild. I think that this is probably going to be his last season. He's still top class, in my opinion. He has such a good attitude. Always has, always will. I think that it's going to be interesting to see what happens with him this year. Because last year you could definitely see a dip in his ability, and I'm just hoping that that plateaus and doesn't go down anymore. But we thought that last year was going to be his last year, but now seeing that David Ashala left, it makes sense that it's not. Now, the thing is, in my opinion, we need a new striker. I don't think we're going to get one. It's just unfortunate, but I just don't think I really this year.
Who's our striker right now?
We have two. We have Felipe Mora, and we also have a guy named Kevin Kelsey. So, and the way that we had it set up last year was really weird. Kevin Kelsey would start at the away games, and Felipe Mora would start at the home games. But we've gotten to the point where we've started to just start Felipe Mora because he was just better. And yeah, it was really interesting. We also have this guy who's really good that had a really good start to the season last season, but then he got injured. His name is Anthony. He's one of the quickest players I've ever seen run down the right side. I mean, just amazing, amazing player. Like, watch this. Oh, that's... Oh, right. Crazy goal.
Goddamn. Okay.
The most MLS goal you've ever seen, but it was still cool. Like, he flicked it to himself, he put it over, and then half volley from
going out of bounds.
David Costa. Yeah, so we've got a couple of midfielders that are going to be battling, I think, for a spot. Number one is going to be Joao Ortiz, number 80. He's quick, he's decent, he's kind of, he's 29, so he's getting older, which is crazy to say. And he didn't really play all that well last season, but he's going to have a chance. We've got another guy that just came in last season named Felipe Carballo. Felipe Carballo, he's also 29, but he's got, how do I put it? He's got more behind him. Oh, wait, no, he's gone. Hold on a second. Did we get rid of him? No, he doesn't have a club right now. Never mind. Well, I mean, I didn't read that he was gone off the team, but he did tear his ACL last season. So in the very first game, very first game that he played with us last season, he tore his ACL. We got him, played first game, tore his ACL. Couldn't believe it. Unbelievable. We're just gonna go.
He was a midfielder. So
Yeah.
who's your starting midfielders right now? Is Chara coming off the bench or is he the starter?
Well, he was coming off the bench last season, but I think he's probably gonna be a starter now.
And then your other midfielder is Bassett, Cole Bassett.
No, I wouldn't say so.
Oh, okay. Well, it just says he's a midfielder on the depth.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that he's going to be. Yeah, it's so weird because last season we had so many midfielders, right? And now looking at our team, we have two. We have Joao Ortiz and Diego Chara. That's really it.
Shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's not great. We have, I mean,
how many people can you cut like on in how many people do you bring to a game? Like you have 22 on the roster, but does everybody come in the game? You know what I mean? Like is everybody on the bench at least?
So 11 start on the field, right? So
Yeah.
it's same thing as football.
No, you got that. Yeah.
And then you've got the bench would be what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 on the bench. It used to only be 6 on the bench, I believe, and they changed it a couple years ago. So now we can have 6 subs in a game instead of 3 subs. But the substitutes cannot just come in willy-nilly. They have to be during what's called a substitute period.
Right.
So, yeah. It's a little different now than it used to be. But definitely not everybody is in the game, or like in the team. You have to get picked to be in the team. And then you play from there, right? So like if you get picked to be a person on the bench or at your starting position or what have you, but if you don't, then you're just in what's called the reserves, and that if you're in the reserves, you can't get in the game. You might still be on the field, but you're never gonna actually play in the game. If that makes sense.
Right. Yeah.
We also made 2 interesting moves. We got a couple of interesting moves, I should say. We did get a new player. His name is Alex Bonatig. He's also from New Zealand. Or no, sorry, he's from Australia. He's 23. I mean, the kid looks really good. All of his film looks really good. I'm really curious to see how he does. And he's going to be a center back as well, I believe. Well, he's like 6'2". So he's going to be a good player to watch for. Jimmer Forey, one of the most aggressive backs we've ever had, like fullbacks. Same with Ian Smith and Juan Mosquera. I'm excited to see all them play. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Juan Mosquera, maybe because he's really technical in his passing and in his touch. Don't be surprised if you see him in some like central midfield looks because of that, because we've got so many new fullbacks this season. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to switch his position up, especially considering he's so young. And we also got Cole Bassett from the Colorado Rapids. He's all right. He never really was like super standout, but he's like a fan favorite in Colorado. So his form dipped in the past couple of years, but I'm excited to see what he can do. He's a central attacking midfielder. We also picked up a guy named Brandon Bai from the New England Revolution. He is also a right back. He is, I mean, he's 30, so he's getting older. He's going to be a little bit slower on the pitch, but having that veteran presence is really helpful. Yeah, you'll learn all the names of the players and everything. I will definitely be streaming the games this season for sure, and I'm excited to see what our team does. However, I don't think we're going to be good. If that makes sense. I really don't. If Kevin Kelsey can take a step forward in his form this season, then maybe, but I doubt it. Yeah, his contract also Phil Neville's. This is his last year on his contract, and he hasn't really impressed me a whole lot yet. So I don't know what we're gonna do when his contract is up. It's gonna really depend on what happens this season. But I mean, we need a new striker for sure. We need a new striker, like really, 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 really bad. Um, and we need another midfielder really bad. I think our defense is pretty set. We've got Kamal Miller is great. Finn Sermon's great. They were a great pairing last season. They got rid of my favorite player, which was Dario Zuparic, but that's fine. The Jonathan Rodriguez, like I said, is gone. Yeah, I'm excited for the season because I'm always excited to see the Timbers play. I'm always excited to go to games, but same time, it's really tough to watch sometimes because of how bad we are. And for
And like,
go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say, last time we won the MLS title, we won it way back, right? Was it 2018?
2016.
2016?
Yep. Or sorry,
And then,
2015.
oh, geez. And then we made the playoffs after that.
Every single year.
Um,
Every single year it was Seattle
every
or
single year.
yep, Seattle or Portland Timbers in the one or two. And then 2018 we went back to the MLS Cup and lost to Atlanta United 2-1.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, hold on. I
And
think
then,
wait, hold on. 2018 MLS Cup lineups. I'm curious who was our forward was Jeremy Ebobisse. Okay, that makes sense.
yeah, and fucking Valeri. That this was like prime fucking
It was.
Timbers.
It was prime Timbers,
Diego
yeah.
Chara was playing really good, and then I remember watching Diego Valeri, and I was like, dude, this guy is insane.
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
It was just
yeah.
unfortunate because they had Joseph Martinez and Darlington Nagbe, who was our fucking, and they had Miguel Almiron, so that was unfortunate. And that was on my birthday in 2018. I will say too.
Yikes! When is the first game of the MLS?
First game of MLS is on February 28th for the whole league. February 28th is the first game. And then it would be March 1st. So that Sunday would be you have Sunday night soccer. I don't know who plays that game, but we play at Dick's Sporting Good Park in Colorado against the Colorado Rapids on December 28th. Sorry, not December 28th, February 28th.
February 28th. Okay.
That's I think 1:30 p.m. if I'm not
Do you
mistaken.
know where where's the MLS like app for like streaming and stuff? Because I actually have no idea.
Apple TV.
Is it just it's Apple TV?
Everything's on Apple TV. And okay. I'm subscribed to it for life, so.
Oh shit, I might have to
Yeah, it should be on the TV, but also like just let me know. I'll give you the password and everything, so you can watch the games.
I need to watch Timbers games.
Yeah,
and they're much faster than NFL games, so that's good.
And you don't get ads during the middle of the game.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good. All right.
So
I don't think we got anything else for today.
I think that's it. Yeah. Next time we talk, next week we'll be talking. I'll probably give my analysis of what I think my predictions for the MLS is going to be this season, and then from there, I think we're going to talk politics for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
So I look forward to that. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and then as news from NFL comes out, we'll cover it.
Yes, exactly.
But it's probably gonna be a pretty quiet month.
Yep.
Other than the Seahawks hiring an OC, which will probably happen within the next week or two.
Probably, you would imagine, right? But you never know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do know, but sometimes you don't know, you know?
All right.
Yeah, anyway, that's going to do it for us. I'm going to be online here in another couple of hours after I get some food. I'm going to open some Yu-Gi-Oh packs and I'm going to play some Elden Ring on stream. So that's my plan. I don't know what your plan